Hi, I'm Andrew and welcome to Motorsport from the beginning. Last episode you saw me driving in a Motorcana. We're going to be talking about the CAMS license you need to do that Motorcana. There are two kinds of licenses, an L2 and an L2S. In the L2S you can do drifting, autocross, regularity and hill climbs, and super sprints. With the L2 and S, you can do two events, a Motorcana or a Carnacross. To receive an L2 and S, you must be 12 years old and you must be a member of a car club. A Motorcana is pretty much a car park with some cones in it. At the start of the day, you grab a map, then you go and line up. When they call you up, you'll go into a green bay, then you can look at your map and then follow the course around the cones that are in front of you. Then you will finish in the red bay. If you hit any of the cones, you get plus 5 seconds to your time. If you go through the end of the bay, you get plus 5 seconds to your time. And if you go in the wrong direction, you get the slowest time, plus 5 seconds. For the Motorcana, you can just use any road car. It must be roadworthy, and you do not need any fire extinguisher or anything. This is the one event where you do not need a helmet. A Carnacross is pretty much a short stage of a rally. It's usually held on dirt and it's a fast-paced equivalent to Motorcanas. To do a Carnacross, you need two things. A helmet, like this one, which is a Shark Skywall. This one has the intercom system built in, so it's got a little thing there and some speakers in it. To do a Carnacross, you also need a fire extinguisher like this. It must be 1 kilogram. This one we picked up from Bunnings. Be warned about the ones from Super Cheap Auto. They do not fit under the seat because they're more fat and stubby. It must have a metal bracket like this, otherwise it's not allowed. We usually buy our fire extinguishers from Super Cheap Auto, but lately they've changed to a different fire extinguisher which won't fit under the passenger side seat. You need a blue triangle on your car to show where the battery is. Usually we just buy a roll of blue tape from Super Cheap Auto because it's cheaper and easier than anything else. And this one here was only about $1 compared to the stickers. Here's an example from a North Shore Sporting Car Club Carnacross. I'll be competing in one of their Carnacrosses in a couple of weeks.
For motorsport in Australia to continue to grow, our children and youth need to be encouraged to get involved. Recognising a need for junior-focused events, North Shore Sporting Car Club has teamed up with Go Fast Bits to introduce a junior Carnacross series.
Now we'll show you how to fit a fire extinguisher to a Mazda 323 Estina. This is a pre-made bracket. These are quite useful because they're made specifically for your model of car. This one's from an Evo, but we can't really use it because we need one for a Mazda 323 Estina. We couldn't find one for a Mazda 323 Estina, so we need to use this, which is just in here. And then these go straight into the bottom of the car. Here is the fire extinguisher itself. We got this one here from Bunnings for about 20 bucks. We'll be using this because we don't have a pre-made bracket. This is just the one that comes off our fire extinguisher. Do remember the bracket must be metal, not plastic, otherwise you won't be able to compete because the scrutineers will rank you down on it. But you have to drill 2 holes that match these in the bottom of the floor, and you have to make sure that you don't hit your fuel line because that'll be bad. The bracket and bolts must be able to survive 30 G of acceleration. So usually you'd go and put it under the floor of the passenger seat, just here. But we can't do that because there's brake and fuel lines there. So we're going to need to put it on the transmission. The best way to mount it is to get a marker just like this one and to line up the bracket where you want to put the fire extinguisher. Then get the marker. These are the bolts we're using. They have nylock nuts and a very big washer. I've marked and checked the holes. They all fit, and I've made sure there's nothing behind them. Now I'm ready to drill. There are 4 criteria for the fire extinguisher. It must be 1 kilogram, it must have a metal bracket, the bracket and the bolt must be able to withstand 30 G of acceleration, and it must be in reach of the driver. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe, and next episode I'll be doing my first Carnacross.